Our role really is to try and help the UK to adopt and use and take advantage of more robotics. And that takes four main forms, really helping companies to understand robotics, helping people to see robotics as a career, aiding and helping with robotic research, and helping small businesses to develop robotic products and be successful.
Unite is a 3-year project, and we're at the end of the first year, and the Unite project is all around supporting offshore wind farm inspection. So we're building a lot of offshore wind farms. The structures are fairly new. We need to do a lot of regular inspection of them. To do that with a current vessel is quite carbon heavy, it requires a lot of people, requires a lot of equipment, and you can't do it as frequently as you would like to. So if you can have a suite of autonomous vehicles living in the right area, they can carry out regular inspections, give you much more data about how the wind farms actually are holding up against the elements.
What we do on Unite is contact, manipulation, trying to fix things, which is really the next frontiers before we can really automate a lot of those offshore inspection and repair. So inspection we know how to do, repair is where we're going. And that's the context of Unite.
We have our industry partner, Fugro. We have Imperial College, who are one of the participants in this project. We obviously have our own Heriot-Watt researchers and Frontier Robotics.
We at Fugro are interested in all remote and autonomous navigation. We believe that it's the key for a safer future where we remove people from harm by operating from a remote location. And the work we do with Unite is mainly trying to improve the capabilities to operate these heavy industrial assets and robots remotely. So with Unite, we are interested in what we can use as technology to help the operators really understand what's around them in those harsh conditions.
One of the main concepts behind creating the National Robotarium was to try and bring together a number of different elements. The people that we have here and the resources and the experience that we have in our engineering team and our project managers, coupled with the startup companies and the new companies that are also here with their energy and their ideas, as well as connecting with the companies outside of the National Robotarium that want to use robotics. So bringing and melding all of those together is a real key element of what we've been trying to do.
But the problem, there's a disconnect between academia and industry. Academia do the early work, the low TRLs. Industry wants products that can help them win markets and is useful to their customers. And in the middle, you've got this gap. And so Robotarium is here to help the transition with these gaps. And Frontiers is a spin-out of the lab. So it's people from our lab who decided they wanted to bring the solutions to the market. And so they're effectively a natural bridge between us and Fugro.
We wouldn't be where we are without the Robotarium, having access to everything they offer from workshops, spaces, and access to all the test facilities and the robots that a startup like us starting in marine robotics where vehicles can cost up to millions, having access to all of these platform and testing facilities is just invaluable, and we would never get to where we are today without the backing from the Robotarium. Our main goal is to become the default autonomy backend for subsea and or general maritime robots. That's why we're working with companies like Fugro to see what is the industry wanting right now.
So for us, the whole effort now is to build that structure which can respond to the work of Unite and integrate that in a coherent solution at the end.
So the goal is to take all the research that we currently have and turn it into something that can be deployed on Fugro vehicles. So what that means is that we will aim to have a surface autonomous vehicle that deploys an autonomous subsea vehicle that is able to recognize a structure, do survey, recognize elements on the structure, be able to have contact with the structure and perform some inspection tasks, and also be safe enough to work in an environment and be able to avoid vehicles, avoid areas that it shouldn't be going into because it's not safe.
It's very expensive to do real offshore operations. You need a boat, you need a crew, you need to deploy the vehicle, dependent on the weather, so you might book a boat for a week and work one day. So we're fortunate here to have a large wave tank, which enables us to effectively take the systems in the water and do the early test, debug all the software, make sure it's working quite well, and then go to a quarry, which is a natural environment, but which is controlled, and then we can go offshore. And one of the key advantages of having Fugro as a partner is they have the ability to go offshore, get data, and that's something that is not normally in the gift of a university.
The whole purpose of the Robotarium is to act as a force multiplier. We are there to help industry adopt solutions, and we are there to drive this forward. We want to access all the research that is available in the university space, but translate it into something that's applied to the environment and find the right solutions for industry.